Yuki-onna Embrace. In the remote village of Mizuno Sato, nestled deep within the icy mountains, winter arrived with an unforgiving cold. The air grew crisp and a blanket of frost covered every surface, creating a serene landscape that sparkled under the pale moonlight. The villagers huddled in their homes, seeking warmth from the harsh chill that accompanied the season. As the first snowflakes delicately fell from the darkened sky, a mysterious figure emerged from the shadows. The Yuki-onna, a spirit of the snow, moved with an ethereal grace, her long, flowing robes trailing behind her. Her skin was as pale as the untouched snow, and her eyes gleamed like the coldest ice. The villagers had heard tales of the Yuki-onna, a creature said to be both beautiful and deadly. Legend spoke of her haunting the mountains during winter, luring unsuspecting travelers into the icy depths with her alluring presence. She was a harbinger of doom, a specter that thrived on the suffering of those who dared to venture too close. As the Yuki-onna glided through the village, the frost clung to her form, accentuating her otherworldly beauty. The air grew colder with each step she took, and the villagers could feel an eerie presence settling over Mizuno Sato. Some whispered that she was drawn to the village by the intensity of its winter, while others believed she was a vengeful spirit seeking solace for an ancient grievance. One by one, the villagers began to notice the frost on their windows growing thicker, the temperature plummeting even further. Fear spread like wildfire as the Yuki-onna's influence seeped into every corner of Mizuno Sato. People huddled together, exchanging anxious glances and muttering prayers to ward off the malevolent spirit. On the outskirts of the village, a lone wanderer named Kaito approached, unaware of the ominous presence that had descended upon Mizuno Sato. Wrapped in layers of fur to shield himself from the biting cold, Kaito sought refuge from the relentless snowfall. As he entered the village, the Yuki-onna's eyes locked onto him. A chilling smile played across her lips as she floated towards him, the frost trailing in her wake. Kaito felt an unnatural coldness in the air, and a shiver ran down his spine as he turned to face the approaching specter. The villagers watched in terror as the Yuki-onna and Kaito stood face to face. The air grew still, and time seemed to freeze with the falling snow. The winter night held its breath, anticipating the outcome of this fateful encounter between the mortal and the supernatural. Little did the villagers know that Kaito carried a secret of his own, a mysterious amulet passed down through generations, said to hold the power to repel malevolent spirits. As the Yuki-onna extended her icy hand toward him, Kaito clutched the amulet, its warmth radiating through his fingers. In that moment, the clash between winter's enchanting beauty and the sinister presence of the Yuki-onna hung in the air, a tale of darkness and destiny, unfolding beneath the frost-covered landscape. As Kaito clutched the ancient amulet, a surge of energy coursed through him, pushing back against the Yuki-onna's frigid aura. The air crackled with an otherworldly tension, and the villagers watched in awe and terror as the two forces collided. The Yuki-onna's eyes widened in surprise as Kaito, seemingly ordinary in his appearance, resisted her icy grasp. A bitter wind howled through the village, carrying with it a sense of impending doom. The snowfall intensified, swirling around the confrontation like a ghostly dance. But the Yuki-onna was not easily deterred. With a malevolent hiss, she summoned the full force of winter, attempting to engulf Kaito in an icy vortex. The villagers gasped as the temperature plummeted even further, and the very breath in the air seemed to freeze. Yet Kaito stood resolute. The amulet in his hand glowed with an unearthly light, pushing back against the Yuki-onna's relentless onslaught. The chilling wind howled louder, carrying whispers of ancient curses and forgotten sorrows. As the struggle between Kaito and the Yuki-onna reached its climax, a bone-chilling revelation unfolded. It became clear that the amulet Kaito possessed was not just a simple ward against spirits. It held a dark secret, passed down through his bloodline. The amulet was forged from the essence of a defeated Yuki-onna from centuries past, bound to serve the one who possessed it. The Yuki-onna, recognizing the familiar aura emanating from the amulet, recoiled in horror. In that frozen moment, the line between victim and victor blurred. Kaito's eyes glinted with an unsettling mix of determination and something more sinister as the power of the ancient spirit bound within the amulet responded to the call of its master. The villagers, caught in the crossfire of supernatural forces, could only watch in dread as Kaito and the Yuki-onna became entwined in a dance of destiny. The air crackled with malevolence as the boundaries between the living and the supernatural wavered, and the winter night itself seemed to hold its breath. The Yuki-onna, once a harbinger of doom, now found herself ensnared by the very power she sought to wield. As Kaito embraced the dark legacy of his bloodline, a wicked smile played across his lips. The villagers, now realizing that the true threat lay within their midst, trembled in fear as the tale of Mizuno Sato took an even darker turn. The snow continued to fall, covering the village in a shroud of silence. The chilling twist of fate had unfolded, leaving behind a haunting tableau of winter's beauty, tainted by the sinister forces that lurked within. The Yuki-onna, once a spectral menace, now faced an uncertain fate. As the newfound master of the amulet contemplated the depths of power at his command. As Kaito embraced the dark power of the Yuki-onna's essence within the amulet, an unholy alliance formed between the once vanquished spirit and the mortal. The winter night, now stained with an eerie malevolence, witnessed a transformation that defied the natural order. The Yuki-onna, bound by the ancient pact woven into the amulet, reluctantly bowed to Kaito's will. The once serene village of Mizuno became a haven of shadows, shrouded in a perpetual cold that surpassed the cruelty of any winter before. The villagers, unwitting witnesses to the unholy communion, cowered in their homes, their breath visible in the freezing air. With the power of the Yuki-onna at his command, Kaito's once human features warped into something ethereal and grotesque. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly malevolence, and the once beautiful landscape transformed into a twisted dreamscape of icy horrors. Mizuno became a cursed realm, forever trapped in an eternal winter night. The Yuki-onna, now an unwilling servant, carried out Kaito's bidding with a chilling efficiency. The villagers, unable to escape the grasp of this supernatural torment, lived in perpetual fear, their dreams haunted by the icy specter that now ruled over their existence. The once beautiful snowfall that adorned the village now concealed a darker truth. Underneath the pristine blanket of white lay the remnants of lost souls, frozen in time and trapped in a purgatorial limbo. The air itself seemed to whisper the tales of despair that echoed through the cursed village. As the years passed, Mizuno became a forsaken place, its name spoken in hushed tones by those who dared to acknowledge its existence. The twisted alliance between Kaito and the Yuki-onna endured, casting a perpetual shadow over the once thriving community. In the heart of the frozen village, where once laughter had echoed and fires had burned, now stood Kaito, a spectral figure, neither fully mortal nor completely bound by the spirit he had harnessed. The villagers, their humanity long forgotten, roamed the snow-covered streets as frozen husks, their existence a testament to the dark pact that had condemned them. The Yuki-onna, her once beautiful visage marred by the torment of servitude, continued to weave her icy magic, ensnaring the souls of the living and adding them to the legion of the damned that haunted the village. And so, Mizuno remained a chilling testament to the consequences of seeking power in the heart of darkness. The twisted alliance of mortal and spirit cast a long, haunting shadow over the once tranquil landscape, a reminder that some tales, once begun, can never truly find their resolution.